Kayona, thanks for watching Doing Life with Jenny. If you're new here, I just left the US to move to Mexico to the state of Hidalgo. If you watched the last video or maybe 2 videos ago, you saw I lost my job but I found something else. Well, this is not going to be a happy story today either. If you missed the other video about me losing my job, it was nothing that I did 100% their fault. But we ended the video with I found something else. That something else was teaching Spanish online for a community college in the US. When I inquired about the position, I attached my resume, which has my Mexican address on it. And I even asked in the email, hey, I'm in Mexico, but I'm very interested in the position. Is this going to be a problem for you? They said, no, not at all. We'll look over your resume and we'll be in touch. And they always communicated really quickly. Within a few days, I already had the job offer and I accepted. The lady that hired me, we're just gonna call her a boss, told me to be watching for an email from HR to fill out all of the paperwork. And that came either that same day or the next day, but they were really on the ball. So I filled out the paperwork and I sent it to HR. Upon doing so, I told them, hey, on the forms I put my Mexican address, but if you need a US one, I can put my parents' address, no problem. Didn't hear a response. A day or 2 later, I received an email saying that my college email was ready. So I tried to get in just to see what it looked like and to see if there was anything important in there because classes were getting ready to start. I got hired very last minute. When I went to log in, it said log in successful, but error code. So I sent a help desk ticket and I shared the code with him. And he responded saying, oh, I see you're in Mexico. Whenever you get back to the States, you'll be able to get in, no problem. We just have it blocked. And I said, well, I'm not returning. I live in Mexico. And he said he would have to check with I think the vice president of the college and HR. I don't remember who else, but something along those lines. Meanwhile, I'm telling my boss, hey, they got my email set up, but this is what's happening. And I gave a few suggestions. I said, I don't mind using my personal email. And she had the suggestion that maybe they could forward my school email to my personal email. And I said, oh, I don't have a problem with that, but just please know that I don't have a Zoom subscription, so without having the school's email that allows me access to their subscription, there's like a 40 or 45 minute max on the Zoom meetings, and class was going to be for 3 hours. So being the good teacher I am, I came up with another solution. Oh, how about we use Google Meets? And my boss didn't have a problem with that either. Several times through this process, she was apologizing that I didn't have access to the resources and saying how happy she was to have me because she saw that I responded very quickly. I was putting everything together on Google Classroom. She liked how it was organized. And she was impressed that I was going to be ready to teach on the first day of the class since I was hired last minute. But hey, we found solutions because that's what teachers do. So the first day of class, I'm a little nervous, but I'm also excited because I do like teaching. I get onto Google Meet and a little notification pops up saying something about you have 60 minutes. Okay? This has never popped up before. Obviously it's not going to pop up when I used my previous school's Gmail account because they had a subscription. But I've also used my personal account to have a Google Meet meeting. And I don't have and my personal account does not have a subscription, and that has never popped up before. So I was like, of course this would be the case. So I told the students as soon as they logged in, hey, this is what's happening. But I said, hopefully after those 60 minutes, we'll just get kicked off. We'll take like a 5-10 minute break, and then we'll come back in to restart another 60 minutes. Again, the class was supposed to be for 3 hours. That was not the case. 60 minutes meant 60 minutes. So of course I let my boss know immediately, and she said she would send me a message the following day with some kind of update or solution. I even sent her the cost of having a Zoom subscription versus a Google Meet subscription. So the next day I wake up to an email saying, and she was so polite, like my boss lady, she was incredible. But in the most polite way But in the most polite way possible, she told me I wasn't going to be able to do the job because I live in Mexico and that the school has a policy about this. Okay, why did they hire me? I told them every step of the way. And I have a contract. Guess what? My Google Drive is not full this time. Sorry if you missed the previous video. So I do have all of the evidence still there. Every single email, me saying I'm in Mexico. My contract, the job offer, me accepting, the contract, everything. So I am looking for a lawyer, but one answered me today, but they said they're more like discrimination and harassment in the workplace. So they gave me a number, so I can't call Monday because it's a holiday. So Tuesday I'll reach out to them. But like, it's not my personality to cause problems or to sue anyone. Like, I'd rather just say, whatever, move on with my life. But they are 100% in the wrong. Like, I even started the job. Am I going to sue someone because I fell on their sidewalk? No, that stuff is ridiculous. But you can't offer someone a job and therefore they turn down other offers. Like, literally, I turned down 3 other offers. Have them start the job and say, oh, by the way, yeah, you can't work from Mexico. Then why did you hire me? But yeah, so this video isn't ending so much on a happy note. So it's my birthday Saturday. I guess that's the only thing we have going for me. My mom did send me with a birthday card when I moved, so I saved that for tomorrow, Saturday. For you guys, it will be this past Saturday. So yeah, I've just been spending my day like making ads for English lessons, Spanish lessons, seeing what else I might find that's online here in Mexico or in the US. Good times, let me tell you, good times. But at least like I'm a go-getter. Like, I'm not above to do certain jobs. Well, like, it depends on how desperate I am, you know? Like, I would have no problem being a janitor tomorrow, and I'm not desperate quite yet. But yeah, I'm a go-getter. It helps that I'm a native English speaker here. It sets me apart from a lot of the other Spanish teachers. Man, I hate to like take work away from them, but I have to eat too. I'm creative, I'm organized, I make things happen. But like I've been telling my friends that I've been sharing this with, like, things will be 70% better once my house is finished, and it's gonna be like 2 to 4 weeks, 4 weeks like max. Because once I have my house, I can rent my bedroom to students because there's a college right around the corner. Right now I don't have an oven, but I've thought about making banana bread and going out and standing in front of the college selling that, so the kids have some breakfast on their way into class. I'll have somewhere to give English lessons, because right now, if you've missed it, I'm renting a bedroom. Like, there's nowhere for anyone to even sit to take a lesson from me. And I can start a doggy daycare. But just by having my house, that opens up lots of opportunities as well. At least I'm to the point where I know a fair amount of people, to the point where they see I'm sharing my flyer for English classes and they'll share it, or someone might ask, is this spam? And they're like, oh no, this is my neighbor, like, she's legit. So I really, really, really appreciate all those people, because with their help, as simple as it may seem, to make a little comment or to hit the share button, people are starting to like at least inquire, and I do have one class set up for Monday. I should charge some extra because it's Labor Day. Not here though. No. But yeah, we'll be fine. Ruthie's getting fed. It doesn't cost anything to take her for a walk. I did have beans for lunch and dinner all this week. But honestly, that also has to do with my original budget, just because at the end of the month you don't have a lot of money left. So I went with something cheap and filling. Like, I did have other food. I bought a couple packages of vegan meat towards the middle or end of August, but since that's a big expense, I didn't want to touch it so I could eat it in September, because that's kind of how groceries go, you know. Some things that aren't going to go bad, you put away on the shelf or in the fridge, freezer, and then you have it for later on. Or I buy like a lot of nuts and seeds to put on my oatmeal. Well, those last a very long time, so I bought those like the first month I got here, and I'm still using those. So I just try to balance it out throughout the month. If I eat something more expensive like vegan cheese or vegan meat, then I try to have something simple the other weeks of the month. But anyways, we've totally changed topics, I think. But I feel bad because you know how like if someone's on their second, third divorce, you're like, oh, they must be the problem. I got fired twice in a row, I must be the problem. No, I assure you, I am a very, very good worker. I really appreciate all the kind comments in the last video about me losing my job. You guys are so sweet. If you'd like to continue supporting me, please subscribe, turn on the notification bell, and give this video a like, even though the topic deserves a thumbs down. But you guys have a good week, and adios.